A phantom, a whisper of silver and shadow against the icy cliffs, moves high in the lonesome embrace of the Himalayas, where the sky meets the earth's edge and the wind sings through ragged peaks. Unseen yet always observing, the snow leopard, the mountain's ghost, ventures where no one else dares. It is an untamed soul that belongs to the wind, a creature shaped by the forest itself, a creature born of solitude and frost. Its story is one of loss, of disappearing echoes, of a world that gets smaller with each passing sun, despite the fact that it was created for isolation. Its history is etched in the frozen paths that wind through the earth's highest passes and in the remains of long-gone landscapes. Though it moves like one, slipping between the stones with the elegance of mist and having paws that make no sound on the snow, it is not a mythical creature. It is a distant relative of the tigers of the forests, the jaguars that stalk the rain-soaked jungles, and the lions of the plains, all of which are members of the large family of big cats. Nevertheless, it is distinct from all of them, a single ruler of the celestial regions, a creature distinguished by the planet it inhabits. Its body, sculpted by the cold, the thin air of great heights, and a life lived on the brink of existence, is a marvel of evolution. Its fur is a coat of winter itself, as soft and thick as the clouds that envelop the mountain peaks. It blends in with the ice and rocks, making it almost invisible to anybody except the most perceptive eyes. Its muscular structure is dotted with black rosettes that ripple like river, carrying the hues of the land, ash and pearl, darkness and cold. Its tail, which is as long and twisted as the meandering rivers below, wraps behind it like a wild flag, protecting it from the unrelenting cold and serving as a counterpoint to its audacious leaps. Its muscles, which are designed for the hunt, the pursuit, and the abrupt, spectacular drop from dizzying heights, coil with silent strength beneath the silky beauty of its coat. It traverses the impossibly steep hills that no man can follow with the silent assurance of a spirit, an artist of the landscape. It moves like a dancer, leaping over towering rocks and climbing until the world disappears into oblivion. It does not run like a cheetah or prowl like a tiger. Its lifeline is its wide, fur-covered paws, which hold onto the ice-covered rock with a steadfastness that defies gravity itself. It doesn't seek out the comforts of the trees or claim the lowlands. Rather, it is part of the harsh, merciless beauty of the heights, where the terrain is sculpted out of solitude and ice, and the air is thin. Because the snow leopard is neither a member of the herd or a beast with familial ties, it survives alone. It is a hunter with the whispering wind as its sole friend, a phantom in its own universe, and a sovereign without a kingdom. It travels invisibly, its existence only revealed by the footprints in the snow in the morning, the smallest trace of a life that hovers on the brink of awareness. It hunts to survive, not to have fun or to conquer. It blends in with the stone as it waits still, listening, watching, and sensing the movement of the ground beneath its paws. Then it moves, a blur of purpose and muscle, a whisper of death plummeting from the heights with the force of a falling star, all in a heartbeat. However, despite its expertise and command of the mountain's mysteries, the snow leopard is powerless against humanity, the greatest predator of all. Although it has withstood the ice, the storms, and the hunger of unending winters, the world beneath its feet is changing, and it might not withstand human avarice. Roads, settlements, and the encroaching hands of business, which fails to recognize the beauty they destroy, are stealing its dwindling grounds. The rivers become poisoned, the forests at the mountain's edge are disappearing, and the formerly stable equilibrium starts to falter. It is sought for financial gain, vanity, and the heinous desire to own something that should never be owned, not for food or as a part of the natural cycle of life. It is taken from its body and sold as luxury because of its fur, which is as soft as mist and patterned after the wild. Falsehoods based on the pain of a creature that only asked to exist are created when its bones are crushed into dust and combined with potions that promise strength, power, and immortality. A creature so well adapted to survive, the snow leopard suddenly has to contend with an adversary it cannot outrun, outfight, or flee. It is not safe even when left alone. The leopard is viewed as a thief, a menace, and an enemy by the humans who depend on it, and livestock now graze in the valleys it previously governed. As a result, it is shot, poisoned, and removed from the land it has known for many generations. It doesn't realize why the balance has changed against it, and it doesn't comprehend the laws of men. It just knows that dread has replaced the freedom that previously existed. But there is still optimism amidst the gloom of this dying planet. Some people tread the high roads as guardians rather than hunters, seeing beyond devastation and greed. Conservationists strive to protect what is left, create safe passageways, and educate people who live on the snow leopard's territory that coexistence is a need rather than a fantasy. Attempts to heal the harm done to the mountains and its inhabitants are made slowly but resolutely, much like the peaks themselves. In certain locations, the ghost of the heights continues to roam freely, observe from the ridges, and carry on with its tale. Will it be sufficient, however, is the thought that hangs in the thin mountain air. Will the snow leopard continue to exist in the wild, or will it simply exist as a myth, a tale told by someone who has never really seen its grandeur? If it disappears, it will be due to our actions rather than those of nature. In addition, the mountains themselves will become more silent and emptied as a result of losing their most elusive protector. Under the eternal skies, the snow leopard continues to hunt, observe, and walk. How much longer, though? Its tracks might vanish forever under the drifting snows of time if we do nothing and do not change. And there will only be quiet on the breeze that once carried its mournful plea. Not to mention that we watched helplessly as the last of the wild was snatched away. Allow the snow leopard to continue existing, not as a memory or a ghost, but as a real being, a pulse on the cliffs, a glimmer of life against the limitless sky. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe for more interesting videos.